Yo guys, what is going on? It's Luki here and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 Warzone class setups after the new update. So as you guys know, there has been an update, and in this update, it's quite a big update to be fair, because there's a lot of changes. It's going to definitely change Warzone. For example, the DMR, one of the most OP and broken weapons, has finally been nerfed. So I'm going to be talking about the top 10 class setups after this new update. A lot of weapons have been changed, a lot of weapons have been nerfed and buffed, etc. So let's go ahead and get straight into this. If you guys enjoy, subscribe for more, but let's go ahead and get into the first class. The first class on the list is going to be the Mac 10. Now, the Mac 10 did receive a nerf, but in my opinion, the Mac 10 didn't really receive much of a drastic nerf. Not many people wanted this weapon to be nerfed because it's not exactly extremely OP. It's just a good weapon. It doesn't really need a nerf, and the nerf didn't really change much about it. And it still is definitely one of the best SMGs in the game, and it is really, really good in Warzone. So we have the Agency Suppressor. Of course, this is going to be on every single weapon because it takes you off the main map whenever you shoot, and it also increases your damage range by a little bit as well, which is really, really nice. Next up, we've got the rifled barrel. This increases the effective damage range, and it's going to be a must-needed attachment on this just because it is an SMG. All the range you can get is going to be very, very nice. Field Agent Grip and then the Airborne Elastic. These two basically delete the recoil and make it super accurate. And then we've got the biggest mags on, and it's also a fast magazine as well. So, yeah, you're not going to be having a slow reload. It's going to be a fast reload, and you're going to have a lot of bullets. If you guys are wondering what perks I'm using, EOD, Ghost, and Battle Hardened at the moment, and I use like a frag and a stim, and I usually use a melee weapon as my secondaries, or I use the dual-wield Diamante pistols, but they are actually getting nerfed, so yeah. I usually just end up picking up someone else's weapon as my secondary instead of wasting the overkill slot. Next up, we got Krig 6. The Krig 6 is, in my opinion, gonna be, I guarantee you guys, this is probably gonna be one of the new best weapons that you can actually use. We've got the Agency Suppressor, the Takedown Barrel, the Field Agent Grip, the Salvo 60 round mags. We've got the Vision Tech times 2. So, the Vision Tech times 2, or you can use the 3 times scope as well. Both of these scopes are really, really nice. There is a couple of other good ones as well, but it is completely up to you what site you guys can use. But the Vision Tech 2 times and the 3 times are definitely the best. 6 round mags, Field Agent Grip once again, of course, and then Takedown Barrel, Agency Suppressor, pretty much on every weapon, like I mentioned already. Next up, we have the CR56 AMAX. The CR56 AMAX is, of course, a Modern Warfare weapon, so a bit of a change here. I'm not going to be just talking about Cold War weapons because there are still some really, really good weapons from Modern Warfare that are still really good, and this is one of them. The Mono Suppressor, Zodiac, Commando Foregrip, 45 mags, and the 3 times VLK scope. So this right here, I've been using it for a very long time before Cold War even existed, and it has been one of my favorite weapons, and it still is really, really good, especially against some of these Cold War weapons at the moment. So I recommend you guys giving it a go. Next up, we have the Type 63. This is basically the DMR replacement. The DMR has been nerfed. The Type 63 is going to become one of the most popular weapons. If you look at that damage in the bottom left right there, it is incredibly high, and it's basically going to be the DMR 2.0. We've got the Grau silencer, the Task Force barrel, the Spetsnaz grip, which increases the vertical and horizontal recoil, 38 speed magazine, and then the 3 times. If you guys want to, you can use like the 40 round speed mag, but I just prefer to use this one, just because, to be fair, there's not much of a difference actually, but it does kind of have a little bit higher mobility with this one, but that is literally the only reason why. Next up, we have the Gallo shotgun. I haven't seen too many people talking about this, but it's actually really, really good. The V choke is what you guys are going to want on the first one. The Task Force barrel actually increases the damage by quite a lot. The 5mm laser for hipfire accuracy. We've got the 12 round magazines, and then we've got the no stock for higher mobility. Next up, the Modern Warfare MP5, of course. In my opinion, this MP5 is a lot better than the Cold War MP5, especially for Warzone. So these are the attachments we have. It's pretty much a class you guys have probably already seen before. It's the hipfire class. We've got the Merc for hipfire accuracy, the 5mm laser for hipfire accuracy, and then the Mono Integral, the 45 mags, and then the F-Tac collapsible for the higher mobility. Next up, we've got the Stoner 63, which is basically the Bruin all over again. This thing is incredibly good. Now, when it comes to attachments on this one, I do try and focus on making the mobility a lot higher. As standard, of course, we've got the agency suppressor. We have the cut down barrel, which increases the movement speed. You can use these ones, which increase the damage range, etc., etc., but they do decrease the mobility by quite a lot. So that's why I have this one on, just because you're going to need as much mobility as possible. Next up, the quick dot LED. I would normally use like a vision tech, but it doesn't say on here that it decreases the movement speed, but I swear it does. But that might just be me, because it usually does, but it doesn't actually say it does on here. So maybe I'm wrong here. But I just like using the quick dot LED anyway. Sometimes I do like the vision tech 2 times, but I feel like it's kind of too big of a sight because this weapon's already quite big and it does take up quite a lot of your screen, so I usually just use a smaller sight. Next up, we've got the Serpent Wrap, which increases the ADS time, and the Field Agent Grip, which increases the accuracy. Next up, we have the SPR, probably the best sniper at the moment you can use. It has been the best sniper ever since this game came out, or it came out. It was OP, it got a nerf, but it still is OP. Mono suppressor this time instead of the agency, because obviously this is a Modern Warfare weapon. We got the barrel on there. We got the looper mags, I'm not sure how to say it, or the normal mags. It's up to you really. Some people prefer different ones, but it's up to you. Next up, we've got the optic scope on, and then we've got the the ultimate stock as the stock as well. Next up, the XM4. This is basically the old reliable. No idea why there's no attachments on it. It does a little bit of a glitch sometimes where the attachments just come off. We got the agency suppressor, the task force barrel. You guys already know the field agent grip is OP. And then we're going to have the 60 round speed mag, and then the vision tech or the axle arms 3x scope. It's up to you. And then lastly on this list, we've got the good old Grau. You guys already know the Grau has been, it's been one of those weapons ever since the beginning of the game. Ever since this weapon came out, everyone has loved this weapon. It did get a nerf, but it still is on top in my opinion. It's still really, really good. Iron sights are clean, no recoil. It's just all round a really good weapon. Mono suppressor, Archangel, tac laser, 60 round mags, and commando foregrip. You guys already probably know this class setup off by heart, because this is pretty much what everyone else uses. Anyway, that has been it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, comment down below what weapon you guys are using at the moment, and if you guys are interested in the full patch notes for this recent update, there should be a link down in the description. Hopefully I don't forget, but I'm pretty sure there will be. Anyway, thanks for watching, and subscribe for more. Peace.